This video is here to help you with reading and interpreting information from a table. Before we start, let's recap some of the vocabulary that we might use in this video. A table is a chart used to record and organise information. Sometimes we call this information data. Horizontal lines of data are called rows. Vertical lines of data are called columns. Let's see if we can read and interpret some of the information from this table to answer the questions. Question 1. How many children had a packed lunch on Thursday? First, we need to identify which row and column we need to look at. We can use the row and column headings to help. We need the packed lunch column and the Thursday row. The number in the box where the two columns meet is 17. So that means that 17 children had a packed lunch on Thursday. Question 2. On which day were the fewest school dinners ordered? To answer this question, we need to look at the entire school dinners column. Remember, fewest means smallest amount, so we need to identify the smallest number in this column. We can see that the smallest number is 8. 8 is in the Tuesday row, so that means the fewest school dinners were ordered on Tuesday. Question 3. How many more children had packed lunches on Monday than on Wednesday? This question is asking us to compare two pieces of information. First, we need to identify how many children had a packed lunch on Monday and then Wednesday. 18 children had a packed lunch on Monday and 13 children had a packed lunch on Wednesday. The question asks us how many more, so we need to calculate the difference between 18 and 13. We can do this using subtraction. 18 subtract 13 equals 5. So 5 more children had packed lunches on Monday than on Wednesday. Question 4. How many school dinners were ordered by Class 6 altogether during the week? This question is asking us to calculate a total. The clue in the question is the word altogether. Therefore, we need to look at the school dinners column and add all the numbers together. Now it's your turn. Look at this table, which gives information about the temperatures in 4 European cities at different times of the year. Pause here and use the information in the table to answer the questions below. Then press play to check your answers. Question 1. What was the average temperature in Copenhagen in July? Question 2. Which city had the third highest average temperature in October? Question 3. In April, how much colder was the average temperature in Dublin than the average temperature in Athens? Question 4. What was the difference between the average temperature in Barcelona's coldest month and Barcelona's hottest month? Question 1. The average temperature in Copenhagen in July was 17 degrees Celsius. Question 2. To answer this question, you first need to put the temperatures in order. When you do this, you can see that the city with the third highest average temperature in October was Dublin. Question 3. We are comparing two temperatures here, so need to find the difference between the average temperature in Dublin, which was 9, and the average temperature in Athens, which was 16. 16 subtract 9 equals 7. So the answer is 7 degrees Celsius. Question 4. First, you need to find the lowest average temperature in Barcelona, which was in January, and the highest, which was in July. To find the difference, we calculate 24 subtract 9, which is 15. So that's our answer. Now for a challenge. Which of the 3 statements about this table are true and which are false? Pause here to answer the question, making sure you give clear mathematical reasons for each of your answers. How did you get on? Statement 1 is false. Sarah attends 2 clubs, but Victor only attends 1. Statement 2 is true. William attends 4 clubs and Talia attends 2 clubs. Statement 3 is false. To find the total number of clubs attended, you need to count the ticks. There are 12 altogether, not 10. I hope this video has helped you to understand how to read and interpret information from tables. If you are looking for even more maths help, we have lots of these videos on the Twinkl website, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching. Hi there. This video is here to help you interpret information in a two-way table. A two-way table contains multiple pieces of information all in one table. There is usually a total column and a total row. Look at this example. This table is showing the scores that 5 children achieved in 3 different events at Sports Day. The columns go vertically from top to bottom. The column headings show which information is in each column. The first column has javelin scores, the second column has shot put scores, and the third column has discus scores. The fourth column is the total column, so this had the total scores for each child. There is a row for information about each child. The rows go horizontally from left to right. The total row has the total scores for each event. You can see that there's some information missing in the table. We can work out the missing numbers using the information we have. Let's start with this box. We need to find out the score Dina scored in the shot put event. We don't know Dina's total score yet, so that can't help us. However, we do know the children's total shot put score was 33. All of the numbers in the shot put column should add up to 33. 7 add 5 add 7 add 6 equals 25. We need 8 more to total 33. Therefore, Dina's shot put score must equal 8. Now let's work out Dina's total score. We can do this by adding up her score in each of the 3 events. 8 add 4 equals 20. So Dina's total score must be 20. To calculate the missing answer in the final box, we have a choice. This box will tell us the total score overall. We can either add together the total score of each child or add together the total score for each event. If we add the total from each event, we only need to add 3 numbers together. If we add together the total score for each child, we need to add 5 numbers together. I'm going to go for the easier option and add the totals from the 3 events. 34 add 33 add 30 equals 97. So the overall total is 97. We can check our answer by adding together the total score of each child. The answer should be the same, 97. 16 add 19 add 21 add 20 add 21 does equal 97. So our answer is correct. Now it's your turn. This two-way table shows the eye colour of children in different classes. Can you use the methods we've looked at to work out the missing numbers? Pause here and have a go. Here are the answers. 7 children in class 6A have brown eyes. 19 children have brown eyes altogether. There are 87 children across the 3 classes. How did you get on? If you weren't sure how to work out any of these answers, you could rewatch the previous section to check the methods and then try the questions again. Time for a quick challenge. Can you spot the mistake in this two-way table? Pause here and see if you can find it and identify what the correct number should be. Remember to check each row and column to find out which number is wrong and then use the information in the table to work out the correct answer. Did you spot the mistake? The overall totals both made 52, so there wasn't a mistake in the total row or column. The rabbits column added up to 19. The guinea pigs column added up to 16. However, the hamsters column should have added up to make 17, so there must have been a mistake in that column. The pet paradise total was correct, but the pets are us total wasn't, so there must have been a mistake in that row. The box in the pets are us column and the hamsters row must be the one with the mistake. The number in the box should have been 8, not 6. I hope this has helped you to interpret and add missing information to two-way tables. If you're still looking for more maths help, we have lots of these videos on the Twinkl website, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching.
Hi, this video is here to help you with reading timetables. There are many different types of timetables, and we're going to be looking at a few different ones. Some timetables use a 12-hour clock, whereas others use a 24-hour clock. Remember, there are 24 hours in a day, so the 12-hour clock goes from 1 to 12 and then repeats itself. However, the 24-hour clock goes from 0 all the way through to 23 hours. For example, 2:30 in the afternoon would be 2:30 in the 12-hour clock and 14:30 in the 24-hour clock. When we're using the 12-hour clock, we can also use AM and PM to identify if we're referring to before noon or afternoon. As you can see from the chart, AM is before noon and PM is afternoon. Let's take a look at our first timetable, which is a bus timetable. A bus will leave Twinkl station at 6:37, 9:20, 12 o'clock and 18:45. If we got on the bus at Twinkl station at 6:37, it would arrive at Twinkl Airport at 6:47, Twinkl City Centre at 7:15 and finally Twinkl Hotel at 7:57. Let's use the timetable to answer this question. If I catch the 12:10 bus from Twinkl Airport, what time will I arrive at Twinkl Hotel? We need to find the row of the timetable that shows the bus times for Twinkl Airport and read across the row until we find 12:10. This column now shows us that this bus will arrive at Twinkl City Centre at 12:38 and Twinkl Hotel at 13:20. Therefore, the answer to the question is 13:20. Which is the same as 1:20 p.m. Now it's your turn. Can you have a go at answering these questions using the timetable? Question 1. If I catch the 9:30 bus from Twinkl Airport, what time will I arrive at the Twinkl Hotel? Question 2. Which bus should I catch from Twinkl Station to arrive at Twinkl Hotel by 8 a.m? Question 3. How long will my journey take to the Twinkl City Centre if I catch the 9:20 bus from Twinkl Station? Pause the video here and use the timetable to answer these questions. Press play when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Perfect, here are the answers. The 9:30 bus from Twinkl Airport arrives at Twinkl Hotel at 10:40. To arrive at Twinkl Hotel by 8 a.m, you would need to catch the bus that arrives at the hotel at 7:57. This bus leaves Twinkl Station at 6:37. The 9:20 bus from Twinkl Station arrives at Twinkl City Centre at 9:58. From 9:20 to 9:58, it is 38 minutes. Let's take a look at a different type of timetable. This timetable shows the times of lessons in a school on a Monday, Tuesday and a Wednesday. The times of lessons can be found in this row. The days of the week can be found in this column. Let's use it to answer some questions. At 14:50 on Tuesday, I would be in a science lesson. Is this true or false? To answer this question, we would look at the column that shows days of the week and find Tuesday. We would then read across the timetable until we find the lesson that would be happening at 14:50. 14:50 is 2:50 p.m, so is between 2:15 and 3:15. As we can see, the statement is false because we would be in a computing lesson and not a science lesson at this time. Now, I'd like you to use the same timetable to answer these questions. Can you decide if each statement is true or false and explain your answer for each one? The same amount of time is spent in maths as in English. More time is spent at break and lunch than in DT, science and computing combined. Pause the video here and answer the questions, and then press play when you're ready to continue. Have you finished? Well done, here are the answers. There are 3 maths lessons. Monday's lesson is 45 minutes. Tuesday's lesson is 1 hour 15 minutes. And Wednesday's lesson is 45 minutes. 45 add 75 add 45 equals 165. There are 3 English lessons. Monday's lesson is 1 hour. Tuesday's lesson is 45 minutes. And Wednesday's lesson is 1 hour. 60 add 45 add 60 equals 165. So this statement is true because 165 minutes are spent in both maths and English lessons. Break time is 30 minutes and lunchtime is 45 minutes, which is 75 minutes in total each day. There are 3 days, so we need to multiply 75 by 3, which equals 225. There is only 1 DT lesson, lasting 1 hour and 15 minutes. There are 2 science lessons. They are 1 hour and 45 minutes in length, so in total 105 minutes. There is only 1 computing lesson, which lasts 1 hour. 75 add 105 add 60 equals 240. So this statement is false because 225 minutes are spent at break and lunch, compared to 240 minutes spent in DT, science and computing combined. I hope this video helped you understand how to read timetables. If you're looking for more maths help, then we've got lots more of these videos on the Twinkl website, so why not go and check them out?
Hi there! This video is here to help you with interpreting pictograms. A pictogram is a chart that uses pictures or symbols to represent data rather than numbers. This is an example of a pictogram. This pictogram shows the number of children taking part in 5 different after-school clubs. The key here tells us that each circle on the chart represents 2 children. If a whole circle represents 2 children, how many children do you think is represented by a half circle? That's right, half a circle represents 1 child, because half of 2 equals 1. The labels at the side tell us the categories in the pictogram. In this pictogram, the top row tells us how many children attend art club, the second row tells us how many children attend recorder club, and so on. Let's use the chart to answer these questions. How many more children attend dance club than art club? Let's start with dance club. There are 7 whole circles and 1 half circle in the dance row. Each whole circle is worth 2, so we can multiply 7 by 2 to work out that the whole circles represent 14 children. The half circle represents 1 child, so we can add 1 to 14 to make 15 children altogether. It's always a good idea to label our pictogram as we go, so let's write 15 next to the dance row. How many children attend art club? There are 6 whole circles. Each whole circle represents 2 children, and 6 multiplied by 2 equals 12, so 12 children attend art club. Let's write 12 at the end of the art row. We need to work out how many more children attend dance club than art club. Because we are comparing the numbers, we need to find the difference. We do this using subtraction. 15 subtract 12 equals 3. Therefore, 3 more children attend dance club than art club. Now let's take a look at question 2. How many children are all together in Recorder Club and Computing Club? Let's start by finding out how many children attend these clubs. Pause here and see if you can work this out. How did you do? Hopefully you've worked out that 7 children attend Recorder Club and 11 children attend Computing Club. To calculate the number of children who attend these clubs all together, we need to add the numbers together. 7 add 11 equals 18, so the answer is 18. Finally, let's look at question 3. Which clubs have more than 12 children? Because we wrote down the totals as we went, we can already clearly see the number of children who attend art, recorder, computing and dance club. How many children attend football club? That's right, there are 8 circles and each one represents 2 children. So 16 children attend football club. We can see that football and dance clubs are the only clubs with more than 12 children. Let's look at a different pictogram. This pictogram works in exactly the same way, but the symbols are in columns instead of rows. Let's look at the key first, so we are clear what each of the symbols represents. In this pictogram, one whole square represents 4 children. You might find it useful to split each of the squares into quarters like this. Pause here and see if you can find the answers to the following questions. Question 1. How many fewer children had a school dinner on Tuesday than on Friday? Question 2. On how many days were more than 5 school dinners ordered? Question 3. How many school dinners were ordered altogether this week? Question 1. 12 children ordered a school dinner on Friday and 5 ordered a school dinner on Tuesday. So the answer is 12 subtract 5, which equals 7. Question 2. More than 5 school dinners were ordered on 4 days: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Question 3. To find the total amount, you need to add together each of the totals. 43 dinners were ordered altogether. Time for a quick challenge. Look at this pictogram showing children's favourite pie fillings. If 25 children chose apple, what does each of the pie symbols represent? How did you get on? How many children do you think are represented by one whole pie? There are 2 whole pies and 1 half pie in the apple row. 25 divided by 2.5 equals 10, meaning that each whole pie represents 10 children. I hope this has helped you to understand how to interpret pictograms. If you're looking for more maths help, we have lots more of these videos on the Twinkl website, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching!